chief support in this fantastic bill is Dave Allen against Big David Price, alongside his trainer Darren Barker. But I'll start with you, David.
Former IBF middleweight champion Darren Barker.
That's correct. What's the plan for you, though, now looking very resplendent and smart in that suit? It's the new Dave Allen, is it?
Yeah, you know, what it is basically, about a year ago, before I mentioned your name in my celebratory post-fight speech against Nick Webb.
That's when it all went on the up, though, didn't it?
Yeah, it was Don McGuinness, a bit of Don McGuinness. Who doesn't need a bit of Don McGuinness? But basically, what happened is this. I was living the life of somebody that I just always thought I was destined to be. I thought, I'm just Dave from Doncaster. I'm happy in my little flat. Probably have 10 kids by 6 different women. And I'll just plod on for the rest of my life. And beating Nick Webb, and since then, I've just gained confidence. I want to have all my kids with the same woman now. I want to live in an house, not a flat. I want to buy some furniture. I just trying to...
Furniture, yeah. It's key. I've stayed at Dave's house during this camp, and he has 2 beds in a 3-story house. And
That's it.
that's literally it. 2 beds. But yeah, like I said with the suit and that, he met Dazn, didn't he? Dazn, Darren Barker.
That's what's happened, basically.
I've rubbed off on him. Not only does he look smart, he can box now as well. And that's, yeah, it's the me effect.
You are the newly licensed
Yep.
Darren Barker, so it's all official, all above board. Now you are the trainer.
Yeah, I'm the trainer, and I've got to get in the ring and give him some sound instructions on the night. And I'm looking forward to it. It's something I didn't think would happen, if I'm honest. But he stole my heart.
I make dreams come true.
What has really changed since linking up? I mean, obviously you've taken the training seriously, but you still have a little bit of a nomadic existence, don't you? I mean, between Doncaster and Paddington. I mean, how's it all worked out in this camp?
I live a very strange life, as you know. I don't know where I am day to day. Obviously, this week's nice. I know where I am all week, but I'm all over the place. One day I'm here, one day I'm there. It's been me and Darren. Like I said, when I first made contact with Darren before the Brown fight, I wasn't looking for a new trainer. I was ringing him as my mate, and it kind of snowballed. And you know, we trained in Paddington, we trained up back in Doncaster for this one to show Darren the lights, the bright lights of Dennerby and that. And yeah, you know, we just got a good relationship. We just hit it off wherever we go. You know, whether we're in Paddington, Paddington's lovely. Whether we're running up hills in Conisbrough, the hilliest place in the world where I live. So yeah, you know, I've just been enjoying my boxing, and I think that's been the main difference with my physical condition. I've just been enjoying it, so I've been working harder.
Well, it's clear what condition you're in. That absolutely is beyond doubt, which I know you've had a lot to do with that. But has it been frustrating? Because it is a bit unusual the way that this fella trains, in that, you know, it's not like living in each other's pockets and having one base and knowing where everyone is for every single minute of every day, which most trainers want to know where their boxers are. I mean, how has it been for you?
Do you know what? We've said it before. We're quite similar in many ways. We're different in lots of ways, but we're quite similar in many ways. And one thing I had to be when I was fighting was I had to be happy. I had to be a happy fighter. And Dave's the same. So whether we're 3 days down in Paddington and then he says to me, I want to go up north, I know I've got to keep kept on my toes and I'll have to go up north. Because the thing is, I want him to be happy. I want him to enjoy boxing. If it means splitting the time, then so be it. You know, a happy fighter is a good and dangerous fighter, I guess. You know, it's this sport's hard enough as it is. But if you're taken out of your comfort zone and you're made to be miserable and ultimately not enjoying it, then you get fed up with it. And for him, I think it's about enjoyment here. You know, it's, like I say, it's a very tough sport, but if you can enjoy it, it makes it that little bit easier.
You obviously enjoy fight weeks as well. You normally have a bit of fun and a bit of a laugh, and all sorts of nonsense may ensue. But today you were quite serious. It's all about business. And you look at the big fella that's in front of you on Saturday night, David Price. I mean, you were full of praise, respectful praise of him. He's going to jump on you. He's made it quite clear. There's no cloak and dagger plan. It's straight from the off. He's going to try and land big.
You say this, but I think it might be a double bluff.
Okay.
I'm going to outbox David Price. I'm going to box his head off, and then I'm going to knock him out. People will hear David Price, and I'm going to go straight on to David. I'm going to make it a war, and you'll say, you're not going to do that. You can't win the fight doing that. And I'm going to say, I'm going to outbox him and knock him out. People are going to say, you can't outbox David Price. He's an Olympian. You're David Allen. All you do is block, punch with your face till the title cells out, and knock him out. I am going to box that man's head off.
It's a very interesting card as well, isn't it? It's not just this one. I mean, I'll get to the card in a second, but
this is the most interesting one on the card. Yes.
Well, it kind of could steal the show. Do you think it will steal the show? I mean, there's some great battles, but this one, again, would you agree with that plan that you're obviously talking to him all the time about what's going to happen on the night?
I mean, look, there's two ways to look at this fight, isn't there? There's David Price telling the truth and coming out all guns blazing, which I personally do think he will do. I think he's disappointed with the way the Cash Ali fight ended. I think he's annoyed that he didn't let his hands go early, and I think he thinks, look, it's my last roll of the dice. I'm gonna let my hands go. He can outbox David Price. I'll agree with him. He can do it. He's fresher, he's younger, and nobody's seen his boxing ability yet. And I genuinely do think he can do that. But look, it's on paper, I guess you would say a 50-50, and you go down the card, there's plenty of 50-50s. I think one that sticks out to me and one that excites me is Riakporhe Billam Smith. I think there's a little bit of needle there that was conjured up today. Lawrence Okoli involved as well, and for me, that's a fight being contested by two very confident fighters, and I think that promises to be a cracker.
There's a big fight, Dillian, obviously against Oscar Rivas, who's super confident. You want to get in that mix. I know you don't consider yourself at that level yet, do you? You've been quite, in terms of where you are in the domestic kind of standings, but you beat Price. That puts you in that nearly, doesn't it?
Well, we beat David Price. We've already agreed to fight Alexander Povetkin on the 31st of August.
Is that hot off the press now? Because I know that's been mooted and mentioned.
That is a fact. That is a fact. 100%.
So,
if Eddie pays the right money, so obviously it's up to Eddie to pay the right money. Obviously, I'll take it if it's right.
That'll be chief support to Lomachenko Campbell then.
I couldn't conversate on such things because I don't know. But me and Povetkin were 100% happy if I beat David Price, and Eddie is generous.
So what does that then do to your mental state going into this fight? Because you can't look beyond him, obviously, but you've got now the massive
Darren
carrot.
just said you cannot overlook anybody. I have trained so hard for the last 16 weeks, including Brown and this one. I've trained so hard. What does the possible Povetkin fight? How is that going to put me off? How can that put me off in any way, shape or form? It can't. It can only incentivise me. It can only push me. It can only make me want to try harder, if that's even possible, because I'm the hardest trying man in the world. It cannot put me up. It can only incentivise and push. One thing I'm going to do, be looking at David Price, but seeing Alexander Povetkin, it's a fallacy. It is incorrect. You cannot overlook nobody by thinking you're going to fight somebody else. It's an impossibility, Dom, and I'm calling it out right now. I want people to stop talking about this overlooking, because you can't overlook anybody. I must beat David Price to fight him, and I will beat David Price because of that.
Then you can get a detached house and buy a horse.
Well, if I beat Price and box Povetkin, I might buy you an horse.
That'll be very good of you. Good man.
And Darren.
Yeah.
David Allen, Darren Barker,
Thank you
the
very
dream
much.
team as well, and chief support.
Thank you.